यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधा वृंदावन चंद्र राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे जय वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम वृंदावन धाम जय वृंदावन धाम जय निताई गौरांगो निताई गौरांगो निताई गौरांगो जय निताई गौरांगो जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतशी श्रीमद् His Divine Grace Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Samsthapanacharya Savior of the whole world Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupada Nitya Leela Pravishta His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, text number 22. Yasmat Andam Virat Jagne Yasmadandam Virat Jagne Bhuta Indriya Guna Atmakaha Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Tat Tadravyam Atyagat Vishwam Tadravyam Atyagat Vishwam Gobihi Surya Iva Atapan Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Yasmadandam Virajagne Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Tadravyam Atyagat Vishwam Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Yasmad Andam Virajagne Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Tadravyam Atyagat Vishwam Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Yasmad Andam Virajagne Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Tadravyam Atyagat Vishwam Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Yasmadandam Virajagne Andam Virajagne Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Gobihi Surya Ivatapan Yasmat from whom Andam the universal globes Virat and the gigantic universal form Jagne appeared. Bhuta, elements. Indriya, senses. Guna Atmakaha, qualitative. Tat Dravyam, the universes and the universal form, etc. Atyagat, surpassed. Vishwam, all the universes. Gobihi, by the rays. Suryaha, the sun. Iva, like. Atapan, distributed rays and heat. translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. From that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and the universal form, with all material elements, qualities, and senses, are generated. Yet He is aloof from such material manifestations, like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. Translation with repetition. From that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and the universal form, with all material elements, qualities, and senses, are generated. Yet He is aloof from such material manifestations, like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The supreme truth has been ascertained in the previous verse as Purusha or the Purushottama, the Supreme Person. The Absolute Person is the Ishvara or the Supreme Controller by His different energies. The Ekapada Vibhuti manifestation of the material energy of the Lord is just like one of the many mistresses of the Lord, by whom the Lord is not so much attracted, as indicated in the language of the Gita, Bhinna Prakritihi. But the region of the Tripada Vibhuti, being a pure spiritual manifestation of the energy of the Lord, is, so to speak, more attractive to Him. The Lord, therefore, generates the material manifestations by impregnating the material energy, and then, within the manifestation, He expands Himself as the gigantic form of the Vishwarupa. The Vishwarupa, as it was shown to Arjuna, is not the original form of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is the transcendental form of Purushottama or Krishna Himself. It is very nicely explained herein that He expands Himself just like the sun. The sun expands itself by its terrible heat and rays, yet the sun is always aloof from such rays and heat. The impersonalist takes into consideration the rays of the Lord without any information of the tangible, transcendental, eternal form of the Lord, known as Krishna. Therefore, Krishna in His supreme personal form, with 2 hands and flute, is bewildering for the impersonalist who can accommodate only the gigantic Vishwarupa of the Lord. They should know that the rays of the sun are secondary to the sun. And similarly, the impersonal gigantic form of the Lord is also secondary to the personal form as Purushottama. The Brahma Samhita confirms this statement as follows. Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabihi Tabhirya Eva Nijarupataya nijarupataya kalabhihi goloka eva nivasatya kilatma bhuto govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the one who enlivens the senses of everyone by his personal bodily rays, resides in his transcendental abode called Goloka. Yet he is present in every nook and corner of his creation by expansion of happy spiritual rays, equal in power to his personal potency of bliss. He is therefore simultaneously personal and impersonal by his inconceivable potency, or he is the one without a second, displaying complete unity in a diversity of material and spiritual manifestations. He is separate from everything, and still nothing is different from him. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakayam Chakshurunmilitan Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Continuing reading from this chapter called Purusha Sukta Confirmed. This verse goes on to explain Yasmat Andam Virat Jagne Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha. Andam means an egg. It means a globe. Yasmat, from whom? Andam Bhutendriya Gunatmakaha Virat Jagne. Jagne appeared. The material universe, Virat, which is composed of Bhuta Indriya Gunatmakaha. Atmakaha is composed of or consisting of Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. We chant, no? Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. Panchatattvatmakam. Krishna is composed of 5 truths. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam. In the same way, here Virat is Bhutendriya Gunatmakam. Bhuta Indriya Gunatmakaha, composed of material elements. Guna qualities, three modes, and indriya, senses. So, from him, translation, from that personality of Godhead, Yasmat. That's why Prabhupada is saying in the first line of the purport, in the previous verse, it is described that from whom all these are coming is a personality. Remember? Purushastu ubhayashrayaha is a personality. Was discussed in the previous verse. Purushaha is a person. Because impersonalists read Gita. Impersonalists read Gita and they make impersonal conclusions like aham sarvasya prabhavo matha sarvam pravartate. Everything is coming from him. Everything is coming from me. Krishna is saying. It's a very clear statement. Everything is coming from him. But then they say, no, there is an impersonal truth and everything is coming from that impersonal truth. But who is speaking? Krishna is speaking. Person. So they fail to recognize the primacy of a personality. So this calls for a more sensitive reading of the Vedic literatures. Let's read the Vedic literatures as they are. Let's not try to read something out of it according to our mental conviction or situation or our understanding. So, this is the sensitive reading that's very unique to Vaishnava way of reading Vedic literatures. So in the same way, so Prabhupada is reminding us, Yasmat, from whom, previous verse also has said, Purushastu Ubhayashrayaha is a personality. So let's not miss that out. So, from that personality of Godhead, translation, Yasmat, all the universal globes, Andam, and the universal form, Virat, with all material elements, qualities and senses, Bhuta Indriya Gunatmakaha, Virat, Jagne, are generated. From that personality, the universal globes and the universal form, with them elements, qualities and senses, Jagne, are created. That's the first statement. Tad dravyam atyagad vishvam. Tad vishvam, that universe. Dravyam vishvam, consisting of material elements. Tat dravyam vishvam atyagad. Tat dravyam vishvam atyagad. That he, atyagad, transcends or surpasses. Tat Dravyam Vishwam Atyagat. He surpasses the material manifestations. Dravyam Vishwam. Dravya is material. Vishwam is the manifestation or the material universe. Tat, that he, tat atyagat. Dravyam Vishwam Atyagat. He surpasses, Atyagat, transcends, surpasses, all this sense. We will see that. Interesting. Gobi Surya Ivatapan. Gobi, rays, Atapan, tapan, heat. Surya, Gobi Surya Ivatapan. Surya, Gobihi, Atapan, Surya Iva, like the sun and the rays and the heat. What is the relation between the rays and the heat and the sun? In the same way, these material manifestations have been generated from him. And hence, how nicely Prabhupada translates this. Yet he is aloof. Yet he is aloof. Tad dravyam atyagad vishvam. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestations. Material manifestations, dravyam vishvam. Atyagad, aloof. Like the sun, Surya Iva, which is separate from its rays and heat. Gobihi Iva, Surya Iva Tapan. So, from that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and universal form with all material elements, qualities and senses are generated. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestations, like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. Actually, we should ponder a little bit more about why this is being emphasized. That the material universe, all the living entities, all of the qualities, all of the senses, all of the bhuta, indriya, guna, all of them are jagre, are created, appearing from tasmad, from him. Just like we all feel affection for our father and mother. Why is it that we feel so much affection for them? So much attachment for them. So much feelings for them. This is a universal universal value. Suppose there is one office. There is a meeting going on, big, let's say it's a big IT company. And in that small group of maybe 5-6 people, there is a big discussion going on about a big $1 million deal. Okay? And one of them is being made, you are the head of this deal. Next 1 week, 2 weeks, you should make this proposal, we should send this, and we should get this deal, $1 million. So, and that person is also feeling very good. You have done very well last time, so you must do it this time also. And he's feeling very good. Yes, I will do it. At that time, his mobile rings. He has put his mobile on silent mode, But he looks at the mobile. It was ringing. He knew it was ringing. And then he saw the number he had saved. It said mother. Or let's not say mother. Let's say brother. I'm just making up a story as we go along. So it said brother. So he just switched it off and then continued, because $1 million discussion going on here. Right? And they are still talking. So when we will get this ready, what will be our proposal? And then he is giving his ideas. Again the mobile rings. Again it says brother. So he realized something. Then he told, his boss was also there and others were there. He says, just a moment. And then he took his mobile, stepped out, and then he came back after 2-3 minutes. There was a sudden change on his face. And everyone was, again, he came back and they continued discussing, $1 million deal. Then there was something on his face which was visible. He was not normal. So the boss asked him, yes, what happened? I see that there is something has affected you. Then he said, my brother called me and said, my mother is on a ventilator and days are numbered. And she said, I want to see my son. They are asking me to come home quickly. Everyone became silent. $1 million deal. He's the head of that. He has to develop that. But then the boss said, don't worry, you must go immediately. We will take care of this. Right now? This is what generally it happens. What about $1 million? No, mother, go. Now you see, this is the right thing for that boss to do. It's the right thing for the son to do. Mother is on her last days and she wants to see him. They drop everything and go. And then immediately he said, thank you all very much for your understanding. He grabbed his mobile, he grabbed other, then rushed out and out. Why is it? Because we come from our mother. We come from our father. And hence, there is a certain respect. There is a certain value. There is a certain connection with them, which is very special. So many things we may do, $1 million deals, all these things. But in the presence of the father and mother, these deals and all these accomplishments, they are not so important, secondary. They are important, but in a situation like this, how our heart leaps out and how this is a universal value. You can imagine this happening in America. You can imagine this happening in any part of the world, in China, in India, anywhere. The same response will be there. So now we see, Bhagavatam is saying, you are investing so much affection and investing so much emotion and value to your father and mother. Let's objectively look. This father and mother gave birth to this body, this material body, not to the soul. The soul is energized. The soul is actually the material universe, the living entity. Everything has ultimately come from that source. Who is a person? With whom, how much we should be having our feelings and value and connection and relationship. Not that we are trivializing our immediate father and mother. They deserve respect, undoubtedly. They deserve our affection and and respect and honor and importance in our life. But our father and mother are one level of cause. They are not the ultimate cause. They have been caused by another arrangement, and that arrangement, another arrangement, another, and we are looking at the original cause, original source from which everything is coming, and that original source is absolute, meaning has no other source that it is dependent on, and that source is a person. This is the point that is brought out. Janmadyasya yatonvayaditaratascharteshva bhignaswarat satyam param dhimahi. That absolute truth, satyam param, I meditate upon. So, Bhagavatam is trying to point out, Yasmad andam virajagne bhutendriya gunatmakaha. Oh, all of this material universe, what we see, everything has come from that person. Now, everything has come from that person. What happened to him? Everything has flown, come out of him. So what has happened to him? Tad dravyam atyagad vishvam. Tad dravyam vishvam tad atyagad. Although this dravyam vishvam has come from him, tat adyagat, he remains aloof. Just like so much sunlight, heat comes from the sun, yet sun remains aloof and apart from all this. That's why in the purport, Prabhupada is quoting this verse. Goloka yeva nivasatya kilatma bhuto. He is Akhila Atma Bhuta. He is the soul of all souls. He is the soul of all existence. He is the one who enlivens. Very nicely, interesting translation in this case, the way Srila Prabhupada has translated. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the one who enlivens the senses of everyone by his personal bodily rays, resides in his transcendental abode called Goloka. Yet he is present in every nook and corner of his creation by expansion of happy spiritual rays, equal in power, Kalabihi, equal in power to his personal potency of bliss. So, we are all alive here. And our liveliness, the cause of our liveliness is Krishna, is the soul. If the soul leaves this body, what will happen? It will die, isn't it? Immediately this body is gone. This has no value when the spirit leaves this body. Then in fact, the language also changes. I remember once I was sitting next to somebody, and the person got a call, And the person was crying and he got a call. And then there was this, I could overhear the discussion. So, when are they bringing the body? Where are they bringing the body? Actually, this person's, some father or mother has passed away. When they took the body when they took the person to the hospital, he said, please rush her to the hospital. The person rushed to the hospital. And then the doctor said it was brought dead. Now take the body. Now it has become body. Okay, bring the body here, bring the body there. You don't say bring the person here. No, person is gone. See how language changes? Suppose somebody here, so-and-so had an accident. Please rush him, rush her to the hospital, nearest hospital. Please take somebody's help. And then after some time another call comes. No, the doctor says, oh really? Okay, what they will do with the body? Will they keep the body till tomorrow? Tell them to keep the body till... See, the language itself changes. Actually, we are not realizing. That's why Prabhupada said, is there a department in this university which studies the difference between a living body and a dead body? You're talking about so many advanced sciences in your university. What is the difference between the two? We are here sitting, alive, talking, planning, so many things, dreaming, because of the presence of the soul. And that presence of the soul is present or not present, is not in our control. That is why spiritual life is so important. Spiritual life means life where we recognize the importance of the spirit. We are mostly oblivious of the importance of the spirit and so much absorbed in the importance of matter and how to enhance the material enjoyment and material situation. We are so absorbed. So our shift has to be there. That spirit is the most important. And that spirit is an amsha of Krishna. And from him, he is the Akhilatma Bhutaha. He is the one who enlivens all bodies. All bodies are enlivened by the soul. And he is the cause or the source of the soul. Mamaivamsho jiva loke jiva bhutas sanatana. And although he is enlivening all the bodies, every body, an ant which is crawling on the floor, it's enlivened. The bird which is sitting on the parapet and the flying in the air, in the sky, is also enlivened by that Supreme Lord Krishna. That bird doesn't know, can't understand all that, all these realities. The ant does not know. Whereas we as human beings, uttishta jagrata prapya varan nibodata, we can understand because we have been blessed. Prapya varan, we have been blessed with an understanding, with a conscious, with a human body, human form of life, which can comprehend these things with some training, with some sadhana, with some learning. And hence, that he is the source of this material universe. He is the source of all the material energies. He is the source of all the material bodies. He is the source of the senses. From him everything has come. Recognizing the source is so important. I remember once with some devotees we had gone to Char Dham. Yamunotri, Gangotri. Yamunotri especially is a long walk, quite a hard walk. We were walking, and we were all devout, so many devout. We were talking. Why are we coming to Yamunotri? Why are we taking this this arduous trek? Because this is Yamuna. Yamuna is such an important river. Krishna did so much Leela on the banks of Yamuna. Yamuna was so pleasing to Krishna. And this is the Yamuna Utri, the source of Yamuna. So because it is the source of Yamuna, Yamuna is very important for us. The Yamunotri is important. We are taking a trek. We are making this trek. Similarly, Gangotri, the place where Ganga comes from. So then we started, all of us, we were devoted, we were thinking, see, the source from which Yamuna is coming, the source from which Ganga is coming. Yamuna, Ganga, these are all important rivers. Purifies the souls, purifies all sins. So, source is important. Now, in the same way, what is the source of the whole universe? Everything in the every single thing in the universe, Bhuta, Indriya, Bhuta, Guna, Indriya. The universe composed of all these things. The universe is composed of material elements. It is composed of the three modes and various qualities. Either you take as modes of nature or as guna, as qualities, and indriya and the senses. And he is the source and he is a person. Just like our source is a person, our father and mother are our source. And they are persons. We have a relation with them. We owe to them. Our existence is because of them. Now when you analyze that there is one source who is the source for even our father and mother. They have also come from them. Our grandfather, grandmother also came from that source. And that source with whom all of us are connected. That's why in the Bhagavatam, in the Chitraketu Leela, Maharaj Chitraketu and his queen were lamenting the death of their son, their dear son. He had no children. And then by the blessings of Angira Muni and Narada Muni, he got a child. He had how many? 100 or 1,000 wives? 100 million. Oh, quite a big number. Still he didn't have a child. And finally one queen gave him their son. And they were so happy. And suddenly that son was poisoned by the other queens. And the child died. And how much he was feeling so sad. Then the Muni, Angira Muni, Narada Muni come back. And by their mystic power, they call back that soul into that body. Again the body is revived. But now that soul is not an ordinary soul, it's an enlightened soul. And then when the soul is seeing the father and mother king lamenting, say, oh, you are my father and mother? Which life you are talking about? I've had so many fathers and mothers. In every life I have a father and mother. It was a shocking statement. Isn't it? It's a fact. In every life we had a father and mother. Like some time back I was talking to someone. And their father and mother had passed away. And then they were talking. We are doing all this. Is our father, mother hearing? And the other person was saying, yes, of course they are hearing. It's a sentiment, right? Our father, mother. I was thinking where they are hearing. How they can hear. You were also father, mother for somebody in your previous life. What that soul is doing, you are hearing. You are watching. Are you aware? Isn't it? In our previous life also we could be father, mother, of some other child, and that child is gone somewhere and some other part of something is going on. I am aware, is it? Yes, my previous life son has just won a big something, he has accomplished something, and I am feeling nothing. We get disconnected. There's no real connection at all. This father, mother, family connection is a very superficial connection established for a lifetime. It doesn't last. Just like in a drama, somebody will come together, king, queen, enemy, soldier, minister, assistant. After the drama is over, the assistant could be the boss of the whole company. And then he will say, please, will you give a check today? And the boss will say, who was the assistant to the king? Tomorrow come and collect the check. Okay, all right, I'll come tomorrow. You see? No, he cannot say, no, I am the king, you are my assistant, give the check today. That over. Drama is over. Why are you still now living thinking like that? You see? This is reality. This is what Bhagavatam is opening our eyes to. And then pointing out, there is one, and then come to this. This is the Purusha Sukta verse. Tasmad virada jayata virajo adipurushaha sajato atyarichyata paschad bhumi mato puraha. This verse, what we are reading in the Bhagavatam, is an explanation or a confirmation, an elaboration of this verse. Tasmad virada jayata. From him the cosmos has emerged. Virajo adhipurushaha. From him came the... Virajaha is an effulgence. Rajati, shines. Sajato atyarichyata. Sajataha atyarichyata. Although the universe has come, atyarichyata. Here atyagad surpasses. Atyarichyata. Although this universe has come from him, he is aloof. The same sense. Paschad bhumi mato puraha. And from him the earth and all the other living beings have come about. So, this concept that although the universe has come from the Lord, he is aloof and he resides in the spiritual world. Goloka eva nivasatya khilatma bhuto. He resides in Goloka. Goloka eva nivasati. He resides in the spiritual world. But he's also Akhilatma Bhuto. He spreads into every nook and corner of the creation. Yet he is aloof. He is a transcendental personality. Although it has come from him. Suppose I take one paper and then I'll tear it up into 10 pieces and then make 10 small boats in it or something. So fold it and do something. Now, all these 10 boats I'm showing you has come from the original paper. Now, if you ask me, where is that original paper? That paper is gone. That paper led to the 10 boats I made, paper boats I made. Where is the original paper? That is gone. This is material world is like this. With Krishna, it doesn't. Even though all of this appear, he remains as he is. Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate. Purnat, from that Purna Udachyate. Purnasya Purnamadaya. From Purna, this Purna material creation has come about. Purnameva avashishyate. He still remains Purna. See the same thought, the same idea from the Upanishads, from the Bhagavatam. And who is that Purna? He is a person. And we have a relation with that person. So the whole Bhagavatam is presenting these ideas and to bring out this, to present ultimately that Purna's Leelas when he appeared here. And that is why in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna showed the Virat Rupa. Arjuna wanted to see, because Krishna was saying, all of this material manifestation, it is coming from me. It's my energy. It's my potency. So Arjuna asked Krishna, all this is your potency, but I know you as my cousin, as my friend, as my devoted Lord. How is this? Can I see how all of this? Yes, I will show you my mystic opulence, how all of this has come. And he showed his Virat Rupa. That Virat Rupa is not primary. Sometimes people say, oh, in the most important chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is what? 11th chapter. Virat Rupa, Lord's Virat Rupa. But that Virat Rupa is secondary. Not that it is unimportant. We are not saying. We are talking about primacy, primary and secondary. The primacy is the Krishna from whom the Virat Rupa he manifested. And Virat Rupa inspired what in Arjuna? Fear, not love. His original form inspired love. Virat Rupa is a manifestation of all the potencies. Seeing that, Arjuna makes such statements. My heart is filled with fear. I'm trembling. My obeisance is to you from the front, from the back, from the sides, from everywhere. Because it was inspiring fear in him. So God's fear-inspiring feature is not the primary feature. God's primary feature when he inspires love. That is why Arjuna, after seeing that, he says, now can I see your Saumya Rupa, your original form? And then Krishna said, all right, I understand. Then he showed his Chaturbhuja Rupa, and then he showed his Dvibhuja Rupa. You see, that's why Prabhupada is saying, the Vishwarupa, as it was shown to Arjuna, is not the original form of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is the transcendental form of Purushottama, or Krishna himself. It is very nicely explained herein that he expands himself just like the sun. How from sun all of this is coming. This example Prabhupada often quoted, right? We all heard this from Prabhupada. Where is it coming from? It's coming from the Bhagavatam verse itself. Gobi Surya Ivatapan. How all this has come about. So, like this, Bhagavatam is preparing us to understand the Krishna Tattva. This is Krishna Tattva, the truth about Krishna. If we don't know the truth about Krishna, and if we hear about his Leela, we may get attracted, but that attraction is a bit of a sentimental attraction. Like people say, oh, Krishna's pastimes are so sweet. Even common people say that. It's so nice. And they relish it. But that relishing, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, it is like the relishing of honey by licking the bottle of the honey. Honey bottle is such that, you've used many times honey, something has spilled over. When you lick the honey bottle also, you will get some taste. Hey, honey bottle is so tasty. But that's not the full taste of the honey. You open the bottle, take a spoon, take out the honey. This is real honey. In the same way, we may at a sentimental level appreciate Krishna, but we must know Krishna Tattva. Who is Krishna? And then we will have the right reverence, understanding. And at that time, and when our heart is purified, because nivritta tarshair upagiyamanat, Bhagavatam says, who can upagiyamanat, who can properly glorify Krishna? Who are nivritta trishnaha. Nivritta trishna means liberated soul. Trishna means hankering. One who is retired from hankering. Nivritta trishnaha. One who has ended all hankering in this material world. We are hankering for enjoyment. We are hankering for honor. We are hankering for power. We are hankering for fame. We are hankering for prestige, respect. One who has ended all such hankerings, such a person can properly glorify, appreciate, understand, relish Krishna Leela. So our acharyas are preparing us to the right, come to the right point to actually appreciate. Our acharyas don't want us to be satisfied just licking the bottle of honey and saying that this bottle is so sweet. They want us to relish the real honey inside the bottle. That's why they are so strict. So these sweet pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, what he displayed, one should have the adhikara to properly understand and appreciate that. And what is that adhikara? Being liberated from material world. And hence, we should do our sadhana, we should do our chanting, we should read from Prabhupada's. Constantly we have to keep reminding ourselves, because mind is very fickle. And hence we need sadhana. We need association of devotees. We need reading of the Shastra on a regular basis. This will infuse our consciousness with spiritual understanding. Then we will strive for purification. Yes, I should become pure, because in a pure state of consciousness I can contact Krishna. Otherwise I cannot contact. I cannot. Just like when you are licking the honey bottle, you are not really contacting honey inside. In a sense you are contacting, but it is not really the full potential that exists. So that is why we must appreciate these concepts, understand Krishna's position, and do our sadhana nicely. We'll stop here. One question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Like in your previous class related to this, you told that this material world is for people who are having this lording over tendency. It's Ekapad Vibhuti. And Tripad Vibhuti is for people who wants to serve. So like Aradhananam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhanam Param Tasmat Parataram Devi Tadyanam Samarcharam. So can we say that this material world can be converted into spiritual world if we understand the value of serving devotees of the Lord? Is it right understanding to say that serving the servant of the Lord means Gopi Bhartupada Kamalo, like so even in this world, like pockets of Vaikuntha, as we hear from Madhu Pandit Prabhu's class, that pockets of Vaikuntha, like temples of the Lord, they are pockets of Vaikuntha. So if we develop this understanding of serving other Vaishnavas who are serving Lord, so can this world also become like Vaikuntha?
Of course, very much possible. It is because of our vision that this world is disconnected from the Lord. I am disconnected from the Lord, this world becomes a material world. If we can see its connection with the Lord, and if we can see our connection with the Lord, see meaning we are on that platform of understanding and vision. And from that vision comes action. When we understand this world belongs to the Lord, all living entities belong to the Lord, they're all, and when we see devotees especially who are serving the Lord, and if we see that all of this, I must serve the devotees, I must serve in this world, then that's Vaikuntha atmosphere. It's an embassy of Vaikuntha. So this material world can be converted into spiritual world by our consciousness, right action, right understanding, right knowledge. Yes, it is possible. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari.